After Bitcoin surge this week to the upside, hitting $66,000 per Bitcoin, there's been a lot of speculations on what next for Bitcoin, what is going to go higher or lower. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my opinion, what I'm anticipating to see in the marketplace. So far, as you can see, if we go down to 3-month time frame, I'm just going to have to wipe everything on my chart so I can make this very easy to see everything I'm talking about. So if we go down to the overall, to see the overall market direction, you can basically see it's literally the easiest analysis you could have ever done, because right here, price is broken above the previous all-time high, closed above it, showing a significant break structure in my opinion. The next key level I'll be anticipating to see a retest would be potentially this inefficiency. And if that inefficiency doesn't work, this one would be the next inefficiency I'll be looking at to see price use as support before a potential continuation to the upside. And so far you can see the first inefficiency. After the mitigation, we're seeing this impulse rejection of that key level. So that key level could potentially work, taking us to continue higher, 100% possible. I have no doubt that could happen. But despite the fact that is a possibility, we'll also look at the downside potentials. Let's say, for example, this key level doesn't work. What would we expect to see in the marketplace? The reason I do my analysis like this is because of the market is filled with uncertainty. There's no guarantee that anything is going to happen in the market, regardless of the fact that we believe we're bullish on Bitcoin. Anything can actually happen in the market, and the market will just continue lower. So in the situation that happens, maybe due to any sort of economic data or events, could either make price drop or make price explode to the upside. But physically speaking, or technically speaking, on what we can see on the chart right now, the first thing to outline here is this low resistance liquidity resting right here. So this low resistance liquidity is something to put into perspective, because price can potentially be so eager to rally above this low resistance liquidity, because if you were measuring from this low to this high on the weekly time frame, you can see if we use that Fibonacci from the low to the high, you can basically see that price mitigated a discount position before a solid rejection to the upside. You can see that very clearly. We came back down, mitigated discount, and this line right here, this is our equilibrium. Anything below it is discount, and price nicely mitigated that weekly discount zone. And after that mitigation, that's why we're seeing this rejection. So don't be surprised if price expands up higher to run this key level. But let's look at the key levels that could potentially act as strong resistance zone. Now, despite the fact that these key levels could act as strong resistance zones, it doesn't really mean they're going to work. But the reason why I like to outline these key levels is to watch for reactions. So for example, if price comes into such key levels and I see a solid reaction, like a 1-hour break of structure to the downside, that could potentially mean a potential reversal, and price could be hunting for this sell side liquidity to dive a little bit deeper, probably maybe come a little bit deeper to run sell side liquidities before a continuation to the upside. Now, in order for us to determine where those core strong resistance position is, what we look out for is area that price took liquidity. And one of those areas, I'm going to take this out of my chart. One of those areas is, if we take a look at what happened right here, you can see right here. So if you look at this, this is probably a relatively equal high. But if we use this magnifier to see what really happened right there, so you can see, let me remove this and use just one straight line so it's much easier for us to see what happened there. So if we use this, you can see that this candle right here took a little bit of liquidity from this previous weeks, took that liquidity and dropped to the downside. Take note, this is still a very low resistance liquidity area, in my opinion, because this looks like an equal high. Despite the fact that we took liquidity from this previous high, price can easily want to run liquidity above this high. But that being said, what we do now is we start to look at the key level to use as our strong resistance zone to watch it very closely. And that key level is from this low to this high. And I'm going to make that a different color so you can see it very clearly. And right here, this is the key level that I'm watching very closely. So what I'm watching is what price is going to do when it comes into this position, what is going to smash through it, because if it smashes through it, I want to see an all-time high. This is the last resistance zone that I'm anticipating to see price mitigate. And if we do mitigate this position, showing full momentum, running it above, then I want to use it as support and a new all-time high being created. That is what I'm anticipating to see. But potentially, if price mitigates this key level and then I start to see significant break of structure to the downside on like the 1 hour time frame, 30 minutes time frame, that could be a telltale sign that maybe price is not yet ready to create a new all-time high, and we could potentially still look for further downside, probably to come mitigate here. If we mitigate here, it will be the last line of defense for buys. If this key level doesn't work for buys, then most likely price may be hunting for the sell side liquidity to run more sell side liquidity before a potential continuation to the upside. But overall, I still remain bullish. Like I said from the beginning, overall, I'm never looking for a sell on Bitcoin. I'm never trying to anticipate for price to sell off. The only thing I'm always looking for is opportunities to buy. And if price comes to a discount zone, I'm looking for telltale signs showing me that we're going to continue higher to look for a potential buy. Even if it's not a swing buy, at least I can get an intraday buy from something like here, exit from something like here, or even exit at this equilibrium zone, because anything can happen above the equilibrium. You can see what happened. Price expanded above the equilibrium, retraced impulsively. You can see that retraced impulsively back into this key level before expanding higher again. So another thing to put into perspective is the fact that we're currently at an extreme premium. So we're going to be watching it closely to see what price is going to do. If we reject off an extreme premium to go to the downside, that is not really good, because it means price may be wanting to head into a discount again. But I'll be watching this very closely. Overall, like I said, I remain very bullish on Bitcoin, and I still would like to see Bitcoin go higher, create an all-time high. And the next video, I'm going to share with you my quantitative analysis, the key levels that I'm anticipating for Bitcoin to head to overall, the key levels that I'm watching. So I'm going to share that with you in the next video. So I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in to this video. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section. And if you do need support in trading and kind of support, whether you want support on learning how to invest in Bitcoin when it comes to a discount, how do I know when price is at a discount? How do I know that? There are simple strategies that I teach all our members to use these strategies by understanding how to use the Fibonacci levels, use it for the discount level, and also use structure, understand structure, market structure from the bigger time frame to smaller time frame. And if we do see Bitcoin hitting all-time highs, then I would like to see Ethereum as well, expansion, hitting all-time highs and potential alt seasons. I've already outlined a lot of altcoins that I'm already sharing with our members, altcoins that has potential for 5x, 10x, 50x, and even probably 100x return. There's no guarantee the price any coin can do 100x return. And the only thing we do is just speculations, but with what those coins are all about, what the kind of problem they're solving, and how low cap, how much low they are, their market cap is, they have a potential for huge upside potential. And if Ethereum should deliver to the upside potential I'm anticipating for it to go to, then I wouldn't really be surprised to see an alt season. So I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Have an amazing day, everyone.